where you at, and then for me, I've been able to just be content with knowing that all these men behave the same way. You know, we happy where we are, like you say, when that familiar comfort zone, we want to be there. Whenever you talk about going to a different house, even with me, this is a challenging area. People don't know that the city is completely segregated.
Oh yeah, it is.
And the fire department is completely segregated. So now all of the Europeans run on the east side. I ain't gonna say all of them, but we say 85% when I say all of them. Then all of us, we on the west side. People don't know that's the way it's set up like that. So now, I go from the west to the east, and that'd be a challenging area for some people because, it's this ain't that familiar. You running around all of them. Basically they got their comfort zone, so they're able to do what they do. And all you got to know is that if you're able to be secure in your purpose and what it is you're here to do, then you could go and flow with any of them. Because that's all they be wanting is some attention. They like little women. They sit around talking about everything, and they just talking. And one of them, they'll tell me, I like talking about people. Why? You don't know what it is you're supposed to be doing for yourself. It's much easier for you to be talking about somebody else and what they doing. Take all the pressure off of you about change or movement or growth or anything like that. I could just talk about you and what you doing.
Find who you are. Wonder who you are.
That's it.
Well, my pastor kept saying something. He said, all you can do is pray for others, but you got to work on you. And now you can, you can't change. You can't work on you. You can't change. Nobody change nothing. That got to come from the inside.
Right.
Once you figure that out, one of my boys hollered at me today. The situation's going on. I said, man, I said the situation changed when you change it. You change it, then while you waiting to do it, man, I done been down that road, bro. Right. It ain't even. It ain't gonna
forever.
happen. You wasting your time, your breath, your energy.
Right.
You are the change that you're looking for.
That's it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this podcast is still I'm testing it. It's still.
Just
they just having
doing what they do.
Yeah.
They got a certain time period. Like he said, he wasted the coffee. He needs you to be out the office for 10 more minutes.
Right.
Everything will be changed around when you come back.
That plug. Like I say now, just seeing subtly. And it's not so much of it's an evil intent. Mm-hmm. It's just change. And like you say, there's, it's positive and negative in everything. Mm-hmm. So it's just on you, the person, what are you going to focus on in the element of it. You want to focus on the positive, and we can do that.
Yep.
So you can, see the benefits of how you could have your webcam and holler at somebody in another country.
Right.
Or, you could be saying, see, I told y'all that computers wasn't, out for what they're supposed to be. You got my whole area shut down.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Now I'm all the way jammed up. I'm completely off the grid.
I was going crazy. I'm straight because I just said, wow, Larry lady, she's like, oh, well, this is what happened today. I was trying to do payroll. I said, hey, well, it is what it is. I said, well, you can just leave and go home and do it from at home.
Sometimes it ain't meant for the be, for whatever reason.
I said, I don't sweat it. I was like,
it's a great attitude.
Where my day started, I was like, look, I'd have been up 5 this morning, did my prayer, then I went on radio with one of my brothers from the church. I did the radio
how
this
was
morning.
I got your text.
Oh, it went straight. It'll come back on again tonight at
I gotta get some more internet.
7.
Yeah. I had a little prepaid card I was using for a minute. It was working out pretty decent. Where I could just get I would pay $30 for a week or either $50 for a month, and they would give me maybe 300 megabytes or either a gig or something like that.
You might as well just get you a regular card then.
Well, it was working for me because when I go to work. But when I go to work, I get free internet.
Yeah.
So I didn't need it to be, I needed it to be just for when I want it. Like sometime when I'm here, I need maybe a day or something like that because when I don't need it to be on every day, when I go to work, I get it for free. You know what I mean? So it's a whole, it worked out pretty well just because they would let me put it on when I wanted to put it on. Like maybe just for a day or just for a week. Because I didn't really need it.
You could just use it at your greatest convenience.
Yeah, I didn't need it to be ongoing.
I'm in an area and I can't access this internet.
Right. I see I'm in the area, boom, I can hook it up right now.
And so you're able to appreciate that value.
Yeah, as opposed to knowing that I'm paying for some
I could
time.
pay a little more and just have it whenever, every day of the week.
Every day.
I could have it every day, but now I got it when I don't need it. So I'm paying more. And it's just be the whole preference.
And I don't use the internet every day.
Oh, that's yeah.
I don't use the internet every day. A lot of times I be all off into my self-development, inner development. I have to get out of this doggone computer world. Because, you know, it really is a distraction. That's what we have to do.
You got to, no, I cut up. I always, I go home unplug. Come to my house, you ain't going to see.
Right.
You ain't going to see nothing. That I do.
Especially when you know you do it at work. Like you said, I got that free access at work. So most time I will have my stuff scheduled so that I take care of looking at my emails, doing all that stuff while I'm at work. That way when I'm home, you know, we could kind of be into each other, you know, as opposed to being, you know, distracted.
Texting from one room to the other.
Exactly.
Right.
Y'all, he got y'all hooked in with dinner every night, or y'all doing the 6 to 7 every night? He had mentioned y'all was doing dinner. You know,
we doing the prayer. We doing the prayer every night.
Okay,
the prayer every night, 6 to 7. Those make so the prayer 6 to 7, and then you know then the meals is on your own.
Right.
The meals on your own.
You just said it though for everybody. I mean, and even if they didn't catch the prayer or whatever, you know.
And usually, actually, right now we got the whole. Usually, during this time, really the whole sanctuary is open like all day right now, so anybody can come in over at our regular location.
Oh yeah, over
on my location.
Yeah, our regular location only holds
between
about
7 and 6, right? Between 7 miles and 6 miles?
Yeah, it's right off 7 miles.
Right,
7 Mile in Wyoming. It used to be Social Security building there. That's what it used to be. We gutted the whole building. But that building holds about 330. And we was packed. Okay. Man, it's packed. See, it was, man, you see that mug filled up.
Right.
That was like the most I seen, but it was 2 weeks ago. It was a young prophet that came, and you know, like my pastor said, he said, this is the word that you need to, you know, minister. And he was like, y'all first day, because we didn't do service New Year's Day. Remember, like I said, like Christmas. You know, I seen you then. We didn't do service Christmas, and we didn't do New Year's Day because we had did a little Christmas Eve ball. So it was like, boom, we had got the word at 12 midnight. I was like, we got to come back. Right. Like some people had church Saturday night and then went to church again Sunday
morning. Right.
That's religious. Like, if you just got the word at midnight, you already in the Sunday. Like,
when's you coming back?
Right. What you coming back for? As people told me, like, oh yeah,
I just like going to church.
Nah, my pastor was like, nah. He was like, boom, we doing it at the ball. About 10, 15 minutes, he dropped some nuggets, set the government authority and rulership, what this year was going to represent, and boom. And that was...
call it a wrap. And
then it was out, so everybody was able to sleep in New Year's Day. Right. I know I enjoyed it, but this was the first Sunday we were back in there because the school had been shut down.
Right. They out for their hoes, hook up too.
Yeah. And usually we in there anywhere we wanted to, but you already set it up like, nah, everybody go chill, take a break. You gotta.
Now, how do you deal with all the different? Because you kind of gotta be able to weigh, I guess, both sides of the coin and be able to have knowledge and then know that a lot of people don't have the knowledge, and then still be able to be in the midst of ones with a lack of knowledge and still not reveal to them the knowledge that they lacking, and still be able to just flow with all of this different shenanigans going on.
Oh, well, I mean, I just look at just like with anything else. I mean, whenever you speaking to anybody, you know, you would know where they at. So, you know, you don't want to speak over their head because then some people offended because they don't know. Right. So usually, I just have a pretty good judge character to know who I can kick it with based upon where they at. You know what I'm saying? Like how deep you can really go. Then some people you got to spoon feed, you know. But what I have
understood that concept about spoon feed. That's the part I'm like myself around.
Well, because the thing is that it's just like I utilize something that like my prophet shared with me, like even with ministry on the way, you know, he started the ministry on even teaching. He was like, if I was to give, you know, certain people it all the full measure, it'll kill some, you know what I'm saying, and it'll crush some. So you have to know what weight, you know, that you can put on a person of where they at, and then try to build them up. You know, a lot of times, You know, if you go and you just drop certain knowledge on somebody they don't know nothing, you know, people like that I've seen where too much knowledge have turned some people out. You see what I'm saying? Because it wasn't in the right portion. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, where God says a time and season for everything. So it's a time of, boom, okay, take y'all this level. It's like, even like this fast. I give you, for example, this fast this year was different than the first couple I had, but I picked up the changes because this fast is different from the one before. So when the prophet was speaking last night and dropped what's going to really happen, you know, different things and revealed some different things in this, some folks was like, whoa, got quiet. You know, I mean, it was different. He said, no, we're going a little deeper this year. You see what I'm saying? So each time, taking you in deeper and deeper and deeper, because everybody can't go in deeper. It's almost like this. Just like when you look at the tent of the tabernacle, you have the holies of the holies. There's only high priest that's only able to go in so far. Right. Because it came to around that person. Right. Because if you went in, you ain't come out. I ain't even at your level to go in, so I'm gonna die too. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too much. It's up my. If you get the fullness of God and the Creator, that, you know what I'm saying? That I mean, you have.
That's the way I describe it is just our human anatomy. You know, you got children who haven't reached puberty. Yeah. So if you get them the information that's got to do with when your hormones is active, like you say, it could work to harm them.
Or almost like, okay, my daughter, she like to drive. If I give her the keys to the car right now, it's different from what you playing on your game system. That's too much power for her. She will crash. So guess what? She got the little bitty electric car. You see what I'm saying?
You gave her the little electric, right? You know, you didn't give her the keys to your car.
So it's the same. It's the same way with knowledge. It's like you just can't. You can't
give it all at one time.
You can't drop
it
all
to everybody at the same time.
And I can see that, but I be really saying, like, I be feeling like, well, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I'm like, you in front of me, you ready. And I can't fake it till I make it. You know what I mean? So I be feeling like it's the spirit. I'm supposed to get this information to you. That's why you here. You know, it's like, and I'll be like, wow. But because once I might give it to them, and then they like you say, they ain't ready. I'm like, oh man.
Well, see, here's the thing. What most people fail to do is we don't test enough. Everything is a test.
That's right.
So before you disappoint yourself, that, you know, when you thought somebody was ready and you then dropped it and then boom, they're not ready. It's like you have to give
qualifiers.
You got to get a qualifier.
You got to test them to.
And that's with everything. You got to. Before I even married my wife, she was qualified. Believe it or not, she may not know, but it was she. I intentionally did certain things to see. And some of the things wasn't necessarily, my person may not have been looked at as good, but it was to see, okay, boom, where she at
in order to confirm
for what we going. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So you have to throw the test. A friendship, a true friendship. Nobody not your real friend until it's been. True friendship is not a friendship until it's been tested. You see, and then through that, after you've been through the purification, after you've been through the fire a little bit, once you go through, everybody's scared of the fire, but you got to go through the fire.
That's right.
That's the only way you go through the purifier. But don't nobody want to go through the fire. So I've learned. I've lost a lot of different partners, a friend, because they wasn't ready for the.
And the test is always the same. How you gonna feel? What you gonna say? You'd be amazed, like this. That's that simple. How you gonna feel? Mm-hmm. What you gonna say? Because when you can feel good and say something good, you pass the test. But if you don't feel good and you don't say nothing good, then it's real easy.
Yeah. But you know what?
At that, like you say, at that point, in testing, I know that's like where I'm at really, within my life, understanding the knowledge I got now. Like, so I understand that. I'm like, it's certain knowledge I can't even reveal right now. Mm-hmm. just because I'm able to reflect in my life now and see, I'm like, man, this shit done caused me all of this ruckus right here. Because I'm ready to rip. I'm ready. I'm just thinking y'all got it. But to me, I just liken myself to, I'm learning more detail. See, the creator is like attentive to the massive hookups and the every minute detail. So, you know, how many hairs on your head, how many hairs on your head, how many on mine. That ain't always been, I didn't understand that order. That is important, but you got to know exactly how many hairs is on your head.
It's almost.
And if you don't know that, you don't have full knowledge of yourself. Now, I say to comment somebody out in the masses, that'd be a smack. So they might feel disrespected. I said, boy, you a little ignorant dummy. You don't know about yourself.
Right.
You can't tell me how many hairs on your head.
Right.
But like I said, they could tear them out. And I'm just speaking, you know, the humble truth, saying, bro, I'm just
the reality.
You do not have complete knowledge of yourself.
Right.
And it's really a grave matter that you have to grow into understanding that.
You know, it was something. I'm trying to think what I had on my notes. With probably he spoke last night. He said, you know, I'm trying to think because I know my phone went on blink if I had got that part of my notes. But it's like really, what was it? 222. No, I don't have it in there. But he was saying basically, the more knowledge you get, makes you realize, you know, it's kind of like the more you learn, sometimes you feel like the dumber you are.
No, I was going to say the more you know, you don't know.
But he said, but it's a reason why Creator made it like that, because anybody who try to put the Creator in a box.
Okay.
And usually man trying to bring God down to their level and no, you need to go to his level. So he said, so that's why people, like he said, people think they master church. No, you got master God. He said, no, you master religion, because any true man or woman of God or prophet of God walking with God know that God will never do the same thing the same way. And it's in that place when you really don't know or not sure. So what you're doing is like, because I can't say 100% that I made it. That's the best place to be, because that's going to keep you at the humble place. As soon as you think I got it on lock, boom, I'm saved. All y'all going to hell, boom, boom, boom. He's like, because you can be the main one that you can get before the Creator and say, I did all this in your name. And the Christ still sit there and say, but I never knew you. I did this in your name. I did that. I did this all in your name. But I never knew you. So people realize it's not about necessarily the people around you. It's really about individual relationship. He can tell you, my project, was he dropping some nuggets?
Oh yeah, you know what? I gave you the the testimony that I said it's good.
Yeah.
You see, I like it myself. I kind of see it like reason why I felt good for me is because I saw two brothers out of the same zone. Mm-hmm. So just because I feel like I know myself, I know you, and I know Raphael, I can relate to this brother here. Right. So if one of these brothers is inviting me or saying, just listen to what he's talking about, just because, just of the connection that I got, I could see some good in it.
Right.
So, but the revelation that came out was like, man, I'm just at that point of, you know, as you were saying, I had to really just speak the truth that's in me. Right. Because I can just see my own holdback. That's all. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can see it, and so as I was sharing with her, I made sure that I met your pastor or the prophet, you know, boom. And then I ain't just cut into him. Right. I just cut into some of them where I could have straight cut into him. Bro, dig, let me get 1,000. Just in my walk, in some of them, I didn't have to do that. But him, I ain't have to do it, because I just kind of seen that, okay, man, what I'm saying, this brother working the principle. So because I see him working it, it just gives me greater strength to get my thing popping. Even though, like I say, I'm still on, we need a manpower house.
Yeah.
Hey, all these men in here,
Right.
you know, I still walk to my destination. Ain't nobody say, hey, brother, do you need a ride? So I know we still blind to the religiosity, but I don't have.
Well, I was looking for you out
But I already knew your protocol. I already knew, okay, brother, set up. Brother got us packed out. You know what I'm saying? I already knew where you. I knew I could have called and say, money, take.
Right.
But you know, the creators it's not for us to be. I can only call
burning
money,
the same
you know what I'm
plug
saying?
over and over again.
And two, when I appreciate the spiritual goods. I'm not gonna I just
burn out
won't
the same
burn out my
plug
plugs. I'm not gonna burn my plugs out. I'm like, man, no, I'm gonna use money to say, I know it's a way. Now versus me, like I say, ram hide, you know, getting into it. I just like to understand the principle. My man's serving.
Yeah.
I can hit him for 1,000, but right now ain't the time to hit him for the 1,000. You see what I'm saying? He in service. He working the principle. So then once I see the principle working,
you see what he blessed his sister with.
Yeah, he gave her some racks. You feel me? I don't know exactly what it was. And before that, I shared with her. The congregation already laid the play. Before we got into ministry, after they were singing, everybody came up and gave a gift.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That straight up fall up under the tax law. I understand, like I said, as I'm learning, I'm like, all right, boom. I know the part I have to bring. But like you say, the only way I can liken it right now, I'm like, man, it's just a humbling with the Creator. Because like I shared with you, I'm like, well, I sure won some little money. To me, it wasn't little or nothing because the money ain't backed by gold and silver. See, so I know that.
Right.
So I know the sickness of my brother or sister.